This is actually a really nice low-carb dish which I love to eat. Sauce Vierge is made from tomatoes, basil, lemon juice, some olive oil, and I've also added in some sultanas and some almonds as well. It's a really tasty dish and it looks quite posh too. Hand me my Michelin star now, won't you? Hiya everyone, it's Lozza from the BakingMadGymAddict. Oh my gosh people, we have an insanely delicious situation happening right here. Today I'm going to make a low carb food prep video and I'll be sharing my recipe for a salmon vierge. If you're not a fan of salmon then just substitute chicken, and if you don't like chicken either then just substitute the meat for your favourite veggies. A vierge is a French sauce made from tomatoes, herbs, lemon juice and olive oil. This is what my finished product looks like. It's basically salmon in a delicious, tangy, herby, tomatoey sauce. It's super healthy, super yummy and super easy to make. The full recipe is in the description box if you need it. The sauce has a very light, bright flavour that really brings out the best in the salmon. For this recipe you're going to need chilli powder, which is completely optional, 1 kilo of red and green peppers, 2 kilos of tomatoes. You can choose to take out the seeds and take off the skin of the tomatoes, but sometimes it can be a bit of a fiasco, so I didn't bother with doing that. You're also going to need about 20 grams of chives, a big bunch of basil leaves, a big bunch of parsley leaves, the juice of 1 small lemon, 100 milliliters of olive oil, 3 handfuls of almonds, 3 to 5 handfuls of sultanas depending on how sweet and fruity you like your sauce, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, salt and pepper. To start off, you just need to heat up your oven to 230 degrees Celsius or 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, after cutting up your raw peppers, you just bung them in the oven with some olive oil spray and roast those babies for about 15 to 20 minutes. While your peppers are roasting to perfection, dice up your tomatoes and drizzle some olive oil into a big saucepan on a medium heat. Add your diced up tomatoes and mix them about a bit, and then throw in your oven roasted peppers with the tomatoes along with the lemon juice, garlic, cumin powder, chives, salt and pepper. A good tip for this recipe is to make sure your tomatoes are sun ripened and juicy, because the quality of your tomatoes will definitely affect the final taste of this dish. Like I said, if you want to be extra fancy, you could go to the trouble of skinning the tomatoes and removing the tomato seeds before cooking them, but I really didn't have enough time to do that today. What you should be doing is tasting and adjusting the sauce by adding more seasoning or garlic until you're happy, and then add in your chopped up parsley. Once the sauce is mixed up well, add your sultanas, almonds and basil leaves. I added 2 extra handfuls of sultanas because I quite like the sweetness and fruitiness it brings to the salmon. And that's your sauce done. Now my friends, we're going to tackle the salmon. I have some delicious looking fresh salmon fillets here from my local supermarket, and you can tell it's going to be delicious because the fillets are nice and firm with a shiny pink flesh. I've been slagged off a couple of times by Americans who make fun of the way I say fillets, because I think in the US of A you guys call it fillets, which I think sounds a lot posher. But being born in Glasgow, Scotland, I pronounce them as fillets, so I hope that doesn't annoy you for the rest of the video. Fillets, fillets, fillets. The salmon should smell fresh and mild and not fishy, and when you buy your salmon make sure that the flesh springs back when you press it, because that indicates that it's pretty fresh. Anyway, enough fishy talk. Add salt to the skin of your salmon. I've got about 1.5 kilos of salmon fillets right here, and then put your salmon fillets in a big saucepan on a medium to high heat. Again, I've just used a wee gentle spray of olive oil so that the salmon doesn't stick too much to the pan. You can see here that I've chosen quite a tall pan instead of a flat pan, because sometimes it makes my cooker hob easier to clean because the oil doesn't splash everywhere as much. And then I'm cooking both sides of the salmon. I'm using the Australian version of chopsticks, which is a kitchen tong, to flip the fish. Each piece of salmon fillet should take about 5 or 6 minutes to cook, which is pretty fast. So by now you will have your delicious tangy tomato sauce and your pan-fried salmon fillets. I served mine with a little mountain of green spinach leaves. It was a really delicious meal. I liked it, my husband liked it, and it wasn't difficult to make. And like I said, it's pretty low carb. As usual, I meal prepped extra so that I had portions to eat for the rest of the week. Cooked salmon will last in the fridge for up to 3 days, but if you don't feel comfortable eating leftovers, then just cook the recipe from scratch. As always, thanks for tuning into my channel. I am so thankful with the number of subscribers and I love seeing my channel grow. and I can only hope that I can keep continuing to churn out content that you will love. I'm always open to hearing your ideas on future videos, so feel free to leave me wee cheeky comments on what you would like to see on this channel. Don't forget to stalk me on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see more snippets of my day-to-day life. Have an amazing day everyone, and I will see you all in my next video. Baking Mad Gym Addict out.